in this lectures, we can discuss about storage class. So, in every language, we can use variables for storing data. We can use variables. So, variables can have a data type and a storage class, which is based on the keyword, where it is declared, storage area, default initial value, and lifetime of a variable. Then keyword means we are declaring it as an integer. Int a means it will be an integer value, which means that we are telling the compiler we want a space of 16 bits and its name will be a. That is called a int a. It is a keyword. We are declaring it as a char a, then it will be a character value. We can store a character value in that place. So it is called a keyword. Then it is based on where it is declared. That means if you are declared that value in global declaration portion, it will be a global variable. If it is declared inside a function, it will be a local variable. Likewise, this storage class will be changed. Then this storage area, that means how much memory is used for storing that variable. Then default initial value, that means while declaring we can give initial value to a variable. We can say if int a equal to 0 means we are initializing value of or in variables in a equal to 0, its initial value will be 0. Or if we are not given any initial value, then default initial value will be taken for it. So that value will be varying for different storage classes. Then this lifetime of a variable. Lifetime means the duration in which the variable remains in memory. That is called a lifetime of a variable. So we will discuss all in detail. Now, before going to storage classes, we want to know what is the scope and lifetime of a variable. The scope of a variable means it is a part of the program within which variable can be used. So, if we are declaring int a inside a function, we can use that int where integer a inside that function only. We cannot use that integer a in outside that function. That is, it is also called visibility of that variable or an identifier. So, what is the scope? It is the part of the program where that variable can be used. If you are declaring int a in global declaration portion, you are declaring in the global declaration portion, its scope will be entire program. So we can use the int a, the variable a in anywhere inside that program. So scope is the part of the program where the declared variable can be used. It is called a scope or visibility of the program. Then what is lifetime? This lifetime is the time duration. That means the time duration a variable can be reside in memory. So while declaring, we are allocating memory or space for that variable. So how much time it want to reside in that memory, it will be decided by the lifetime of a variable. That means if we are declaring it as a local variable, its lifetime will be reside within that function, and after exiting from that function, its lifetime will be expired. So lifetime can be also referred as extent of a variable. So what is a scope? It is the visibility of an identifier. That means from where to where. From where to where that variable can be visible in the program. And lifetime means how much time it is going to reside in the memory. So now we can see what is storage classes. There are four different types of storage class in C. This local or auto variable or internal variable. Next one is external or global variable. Third one is static variable, and fourth one is register variable. So we can look into detail. What is a local variable? Auto or local variable. Auto means automatic variable. So it will be declared within a function. So automatic variable will be declared within a function and they are local to the function. Automatic variable are declared within the function and it will be declared inside the function, and it will be, its value will be only inside a log function. It is called, that's why it is called a local variable. Now the keyword used for the auto variable is, or local variable is, auto, and the declaration will be inside a function. Here we can see it is declaring inside a function int m equal to 10. That is, its value is declaring as value of m will be equal to 10. So inside this function m's value will be 10 only. After going from this function, its value will be lost. This value 10 will be lost. So this is called, this m is 10 inside this function. Value of m will be 10 inside this function. After going from this function, its value will be lost. It is called a lifetime. Then for an auto variable, the initial value will be a garbage value. Garbage value means compiler will decide any value. It can be anything. It's called a garbage value. Then lifetime is up to this function, inside this function. Its lifetime will be inside this function. Then its scope will be also inside this function only. Scope means if we are declaring int a here, then int a here, then that a can be used only inside this function. So the scope will be inside this function only. If we are declaring int a before the main function, that means in the global declaration portion, we can use that int a value, that is a variable a, anywhere in this program. From this function, from the function 2, anywhere we can use. That is called a global variable. So its scope for global variable, its scope will be entire function. In for local variable, its scope will be inside the function only. So where it can be visible, it is called scope, and how much time its value or its value remaining in memory, how much time it is residing in memory is called its lifetime. So we can declare an auto variable like this, auto int x, or simply int x. If we are giving simply int x, this means it will be an auto variable or an local variable. It is called an auto or local variable. So here we can see simple example. In the main function, an int m is declared and its value is initialized 1000. So from there it is calling function to of. Now we can see what is happening inside the function 2 of. In the function 2 of, its value of m is changed to 100. So inside this function, the value of m will be 100 only. It is replaced by the replace its value 1000 to 100. Then it is calling function 1 of. From here, it is calling function 1 of. We can see what is happening inside a function 1 of. So there it is using int m equal to 10. So the value 100 is changed to 10 inside the function 1 of. So value m equal to 10 will be only inside this function 1. So from there it is printing m. That means it will print 10. Now it will return to, it will print the value of m, and then it will return to function 2. From there it is printing m. So inside this function 2, what is the value of m? It is 100. Then it will print 100 here. Now it will return to the main function. That is it is over, function 2 is over. Then it will return to the next line of the main function. From there it will printing m. So inside the main function, the value of m is 1000. So it will print 1000. So this is called auto variable. Now this one is global variable. You can see example. What is a global variable? A variable that can be accessed within a function and outside the main function. So what is a global variable? The variable that can be accessed within the function and outside the function. It is called a global variable or external variable. So it can be called global variable or external variable. Then keyword used for global variable is external, and declaration will be outside of the main function. So before the main function, we can declare an external variable or global variable. Global declaration portion. So storage area is inside the CPU memory. The auto variable was storing inside a stack, but the global variable was stored inside a CPU memory. Now its initial value will be always 0. For a global variable, the initial value will be always 0. The auto variable, the initial value was a garbage value. Any some 0, 1, maybe like that. It will be initialized as a garbage value. But global variable, its initial value will be always 0. And its lifetime will be entire the program. I have already told that its lifetime will be entire the program because it is declared as a global. So it can be used anywhere in the program. So its value also, which it will reside in memory and in the entire program executes. So we can declare like this. Two way it can declare. That means we can declare before the main function int x. That is declaring before the main function. Or we can declare like this, inside the main function. Then we want to use the keyword extern index. Likewise we can declare. So we can see a simple example. We are declaring int k. That is, we are declaring it as a global variable, and we have declared three functions, function 1, 2 and 3. Now in the void main, the value of k is given as 20. Then it is calling the function 1 of. Then we can look into what happens in the function 1 of. Here it is. In the function 1 of, it is giving that value k equal to k plus 10. That means k equal to k plus 10. So in the main function we have given the value 20. So that value will be available for all the enter the program. So it will be available for all the function. So what happens? The k is 20 and that value 20 plus 10 will be stored in k. Now, and while printing, we will get the value 30 here. Now, function 1 calling is over. Now, it will return to the main function. Then function 2 is called from the main function. What happens in function 2? It is it is making k equal to k plus 100. But what is the value of k now? It is 30 here, is it? So it will be stored as a 1000 plus 30 means 1030. It will print as a 1030 here. Now it will return to the main function. From there it is calling function 3. So what will be the value? What is happening inside the function 3? It is adding 10 to that value k. So 1030 is there for the value k. It is adding 10. So the value will be 1040 to be printed. Like this will be working. So the value will be written enter the program. But how much time it is making the difference, it will affect in the value of that global variable. So the next one is static variable. So what is a static variable? The static variable is constant, and it is the value will be continued in all steps. Constant means it doesn't mean that it will remain entire program constant. It doesn't mean that it is remaining entire program constant, but its value will be retained in all steps. You can see in the example. Yes, we can see the keyword used for the static variable is static, and declaration will be always inside a function like in the auto variable, and the storage area is in the CPU memory. Then the initial value will be 0, like this in the global memory. Global variable, this value initial value will also be 0. Then lifetime will be, it will remain different function calls. That means if we are declaring any static variable inside a function, if we are using that variable in the another function, then its lifetime will be persistent there, because the value will be retained for that function also. So how it is declaring? We can simply declare a static variable as static int x. So we can see a simple example for printing a value. Here we are declaring a function void stat of. In the main function we are declaring a variable integer I, and for that integer I equal to, for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. So for this value is calling stat of. So for value of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, it will be calling the function stat of. So first time it is calling for I equal to 1, it will call stat of. Then it will come to this function, and here it is declaring a static int x equal to 0. So it will print x equal to x. That means x equal to 0. Now we are making x equal to x plus 1. Then it will change the value of x equal to 1. So we are now returning to the main function. We have done this step and we will return to the main function. From there, we will check the value of 5. It will become 2. So it is less than 5. It will again call the status function. So what is the value of that x it is carrying? It is becoming 1. So it will print, it will come to the state of function, and from there it will print the value 1. Now from there it will make the value 2. 1 plus 1, it will make the value 2, and then it will again return to the main function. From there it will again call status function. So it will print the value 2. Likewise, it will print up to 5, up to the value 5. So in we can see the scope, the lifetime of the value x will be increasing. From the first calling, it was changed and that value was used in the second calling. And from the second calling, that value was used in the third calling, likewise. So the memory it is using is, the memory it is using is, and the function calls is remaining. So only after the value becomes I equal to 5, then only it will remove the value of x from the memory. So whenever this function calls the value will be remain in the memory. So that is, the value is continued in all the steps. That is why it is called static. Now we can see another example for the static variable. Here we can see we are using a small function, increment of function. We are declared the function, and then in the main function we are calling increment of different way. So first, when it is calling increment of, it will go to increment of. Then here it is initializing value char x equal to 65. How it is giving char x equal to 65? 65 is a number. Then why we are giving char x equal to 65? If we are giving we want to give the value, we want to declare it as an integer. But here it is given as char x equal to 65. This means we are storing the ASCII value. This is ASCII value. It will treat as an ASCII value. So this is then ASCII value of A. The capital letter A's ASCII value is 65. So it will treat as a capital letter A. Char x. So the value of x will be A, capital letter A. So when it is printing, the character stored in the x percentage C, x plus plus. So it is incrementing after printing, it will be incremented because the plus plus is after that. It is not pre-increment, it is post-increment. So after the printing only, it will increment the value. So the value of x is, it will printed as A, capital letter A. Now it will return to the main function. Then it will call next increment of. Increment of it will call. Then the value with in our cases the value will be already incremented. So it will not change to x equal to 65. It will, the value of x will be 66. So the value of x will be 66. Then it will print the character 66 means the capital letter B. In the next step, then it will return to the main function. Then it will call next increment of function. Then its value is 66 plus 67. It is incremented 67. So it will print, it will come to the increment of function. Then it will print char C. This is static variable. Now we can see what is a register variable. What do you mean by a register variable? In register variables, they are stored in CPU registers. We have already told that all other variables are storing in CPU memory and auto variable are stored in stack. So this register is stored in register variable, that is CPU registers. Register will be stored in CPU registers. So it will be faster. It can be accessed faster because we know that we have already studied the hierarchy of memory hierarchy. So we can say that if we have the value in registers, it can accessed fast by the CPU. So the keyword used is register for the register variable. Register for the register variable, and a declaration will be inside the function. Likewise, in the local variable, it will be declared inside a function. The storage area is, we have told that CPU register. The initial value will be a garbage value. That means at the time of compilation, compiler will assign any sum of the value. Then the lifetime will be inside the function only. It will reside inside the function only. Function lifetime will be inside the function only, and the scope will also reside inside that function only. So you can see how it is declared. Register int x. You can declare as a register variable as a keyword register and register int x. So we cannot declare it as a register double x or register float y, because registers can handle only 60-bit data. It can handle only 16-bit data. So it cannot hold float or double. So if we are declared like this, it will treated as a auto variable. So we are declared is like this, register double x, register float y. Then it will treated this x and y as a auto variable, automatic variable. That is because if we are declaring inside the function, then it will treat it as a automatic variable. Then it will stored in a stack memory only. If we want to use as a register variable, we want to declare it as an int, register index. Then only it can be stored in the CPU registers. You can see a simple example, register index. Then we are printing that value. We are not giving any value to x. Then if we are printing, it will return a garbage value. This is our register variable.